If you're never satiated and you always look for something to eat, I'll teach you how to never be hungry again in this video. I'm Edgar. I lost 100 pounds in a year, and believe me, I have quite a good history with hunger. I was always hungry and always around looking for something to eat, but now I've built a strong system and understanding about hunger, and I always feel full all day long. So today I'll teach you all of my knowledge and tips about hunger and how to make your meals more filling. Let's get into it. So there is 4 elements to a satiating food. First one is starch. Starch is the type of carbohydrate that makes you very full. Second one is fiber. Fiber is also a type of carbohydrate that you can't digest, and it's really useful because it slows digestion a lot, so it allows you to feel fuller for a longer time. Third one is protein, because protein allows your body to produce hormones to make you feel more satiated, and it delays digestion. And lastly, volume, because if you eat more volume for the same amount of calories, you will feel fuller for a longer time. But before we jump in on what foods are the most satiating, one important thing to know is what food can actually make you hungrier. There is 3 types of food that really can raise your hunger level by a lot. First one is processed sugar or fast sugar. This one raises your hunger levels by a lot because when you eat processed sugars like pastries or things like that, your blood sugar goes up by a lot and then it crashes down brutally. So your brain thinks that you have no sugar left in your blood, so you have no energy left, and it triggers all of the hunger signals, so you eat to replenish your sugar levels, but you don't actually need it. So this spike in blood sugar really causes your brain to activate hunger even though you don't need to eat. Second one is processed foods in general, like junk food, fast food, things like that. The real main problem with these is that they are very tasty, and tasty food that is super tasty with high levels of fat, sugar, saltiness are less filling because they are so pleasurable to your brain that you feel full way slower. I'm sure that you've already eaten like a very bland plate, something like, I don't know, chicken with not a lot of seasonings and some veggies, and you were full way faster than if you ate a pizza, for example. Part of the reason is that the first plate isn't very tasty, and the second one is so tasty that your brain makes you want to take more and more even though you've already eaten enough. And third and last one is all of the liquid calories. So that can be sodas, milkshake, anything that's liquid with calories in it, because first of all, it has no volume, you don't chew it, and often it's really high in sugar also, and liquid sugars goes even faster in your blood than solid sugar. So it's even worse than the first one because you don't have volume at all, you don't chew at all, and you spike your blood sugar. So liquid calories will often make you hungrier and not full at the same time. Now, the biggest trap you're falling in if you want to feel full is that you focus on volume too much. Yes, volume is a very important part of satiety, but there is other things. Like I said, how full you feel doesn't depend only on volume. Maybe you'll feel very full if you eat, let's say, a big salad, but 1 or 2 hours after that, you'll feel hungry again. That's because you've only checked the volume box, but there is other points to check if you want to feel full for a long period of time. So don't focus only on volume. Yes, it's important, but it's not the only part of satiety. Now for the fun part. I'll give you the top 5 most satiating food there is for 100 calories. First one is boiled potatoes. Boiled potatoes are the best food you can eat if you want to feel full all day long. Like by a mile. Nothing comes close to boiled potatoes because it has loads of starch, like way more than any other carbohydrate. Has a lot of water in it also. Quite low calories, so high volume. You got anything you want in a potato, just not a lot of proteins, but it's really the best food you can eat if you want to feel full. Second one is white fish, like cod, for example. So white fish is really lean and high in protein. And as we said, protein is really, really important if you want to feel full. So white fish can be a really good thing to add to your diet. Chicken breast works also, but most of the time it's a little bit more caloric than white fish. That's why I put white fish here and not chicken breast. Third one is Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is great, high protein, very filling, very high volume. Really also great food if you want to feel full. It's pretty cheap compared to, I don't know, protein or things like that. Potatoes are really cheap also. So that's quite cool. Fourth one is porridge or soaked oats. Soaked oats are so great. Like oats in general are so great. It's high in fiber, quite high in proteins, high in minerals. Oats are almost a superfood in my opinion. Like their nutrient profile is so good and it's not that high in calories to say how filling they are. It's really a great food, also cheap. If you want to feel full, or in general, if you want to be healthy, eat a little bit more protein or fibers, oats are a great choice to make. Last one is beans. Again, it's pretty surprising, but most of the foods that are quite filling, so beans are also very cheap, quite high in protein, quite high in fiber, and really easy to cook. So that's cool also, because you just buy canned beans, you wash them under water, you throw them in a pan with, I don't know, some rice or anything, and it's ready. So beans are also a great pick if you want to feel full all day. I didn't mention eggs, because eggs are a little bit too caloric for this list, but eggs are of course a great satiating food. Now I'll give you my 5 best tips that allowed me to go from always seeking for food to never hungry in between meals. First one is eat in a small plate. You don't necessarily need to eat small portions, but eating in a small plate can really be helpful to help you feel full, because one of the big aspect of satiety that we didn't talk about until now is your brain controls how full you feel also. So if you think that a meal is very filling and that it's very high in quantity, even though it's not, you'll be fuller than if you think you don't have enough to eat. So eating in a smaller plate, even though you know that you do it for this reason, can help your brain to think, oh, we're eating bigger portions. Or if you eat in quite a small plate, maybe you serve yourself 2 times and your brain will think, oh, we ate more than usual because we ate 2 times. When it's not the case, maybe you eat just the same as before, but just in a smaller plate. That's a great hack. Second one is really the one that made the difference for me, is chew like crazy. And when I say like crazy, I really mean it, like 20 times per mouthful. Just take your fork, eat a mouthful, and chew 20 times. Each time you take a bite, you'll feel so much fuller. You'll be amazed if you never tried this before. It's really my best hack to feel fuller. And quick little tip for this tip is put down the fork in between each time, so you're not tempted to just take another bite straight away. So second tip, and the one that helped me the most in my opinion, chew like crazy, like 20 times per bite. Third tip, I've already talked about it, but fibers and protein. Make sure you have a high fiber and high protein diet. Like fiber, you should aim around 30 grams a day, and protein, you should aim around 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So for example, if you weigh 200 pounds, you should eat between 160 to 200 grams of protein per day. That's really important because fiber in proteins slows down digestion. As I said, protein helps with the feel full hormones your body releases after the meals, and also both slow down how fast sugar comes in your blood, so you have smaller spikes and crashes when you eat sugar with them. Fourth tip is no TV or phone while you eat. If you eat and do something else at the same time, your brain will know that you eat, but at the same time forget a little bit. Like when you concentrate on your plate and what you're eating, your brain and your body work with you, okay? So it will analyze what comes in and makes you feel full if you've eaten enough, and everything will run smooth. But if you do something at the same time, your body will concentrate on that instead. So maybe if you're scrolling or watching a film, and you eat way more, first of all, because you'll be distracted from your plate, and you'll feel way less full at the end because you won't have really seen nor felt what you've eaten. So really only eating while you eat is really important if you want to feel full. Last one is sleep. Sleep impacts so much how hungry you feel. It's crazy. Like if you want to be hungry, don't sleep enough. And even more, if you're trying to lose weight or to eat right and hunger causes you trouble doing that, if you don't sleep enough, it will be harder for you to resist hunger. You'll be hungrier and you'll make worse choices because you're tired. So sleep is really, really important if you want to feel fuller and eat better. You can watch this video if you want to better your sleep. So in summary, in a satiating food, we want starch, fiber, protein, and volume. The three biggest food groups that causes hunger are processed or quick sugars, processed foods like fat food, junk food, chips, etc., and liquid sugar, or just liquid calories. The biggest trap you're falling in when you're trying to feel full is to put too much importance on volume. Yes, it's important, but it's not the only thing you need to focus on when you want to feel satiated all day. The 5 best food to feel full all day are boiled potatoes, white fish or lean chicken, Greek yogurt, soaked oats, and beans. Honorable mentions for eggs. 5 best tips to feel full all day are: eat in a small plate, chew like crazy, at least 15 times per bite, have a high fiber and high protein diet, don't do anything else while you're eating, no phone, no TV, and improve your sleep. It's the end of this video. I hope it will help you if you're hungry often. Please check the description for my newsletter. It's even better advice as here. I spend almost all my time writing it. It's 2 emails a week about health advice, step-by-step guide on how you can improve your health. If you enjoyed this video, you'll enjoy it also. Subscribe to be notified for my future videos. If you want more, you can watch a previous video here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Stay healthy.